So when the governor signs the bill, it becomes a law. A governor has no power to reject a bill. However, he or she can send it back to the house with a suggestion for a change. Okay, next is administrative power. Okay, here legislative assembly can be in power as long it enjoys the trust of the legislative assembly. That means each and every member of the legislative assembly are responsible for the continuation of the 5-year term. Okay, and that is whatever the questions that the opposition party poses to the members, they are supposed to satisfy them with the appropriate evidence. Evidence. If they fail to do, they lose the confidence, and when they lose the confidence, they have to resign, and thus they are responsible for the legislative assembly. So that is about administrative power. It says that each and every member of the legislative assembly are responsible for the legislative assembly. They have to discharge their duties with the responsibility. If they lose their confidence, then they will lose their power. Okay, next is electoral power. That is, this members of the legislative assembly has the power to elect the president, and also these members of the legislative assembly have the power to appoint the members of the Rajya Sabha and members of the legislative council, and also they have the power to elect the speaker and the deputy speaker of the legislative assembly. So that is about electoral power. That means the members of the legislative assembly, that is MLAs, they have the power to elect the president. They have the power to elect even the members of the Rajya Sabha, members of the legislative council. They have the power to elect the speaker and the deputy speaker of the legislative assembly. So that is the electoral power. So the other power of the members of the legislative assembly is that they have the complete power to discuss on the bill passed by the parliament. That is, any bill that is pertaining to the whole country. Okay, when it needs the suggestion and the opinion of the members of the legislative assembly, so then the members of the legislative assembly have the power to discuss on those bills. Okay, and they also have the right to discuss on the State Public Service Commission report. Now let us know about the Legislative Council. Legislative Council, which is also known as Vidhana Parishad, that is upper house of the state legislature. And the members of this legislative council are known as MLCs, members of legislative council. So the upper house of the state legislature is called as a legislative council. And the strength of this house is 1/3 of the legislative assembly of the state. That is, our state has 225 members. So 1/3 of that, it is 72 members. So the strength of the legislative council, it should be 1/3 of the legislative assembly. Okay. However, it should not be less than 40. Okay. It should be 1/3 and it should not be less than 40. And that's the reason some of the states do not have this legislative council. Okay. And the number of the members of the Karnataka Legislative Council is 75. There are 75 members in the Karnataka Legislative Council. Okay, and these members are elected from the various areas. That means these members of the Legislative Council are not elected by the people. They are elected from the different areas. That is from 5 areas. That is, they say that out of the 75 members, some of these members are elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly. That is, half of the members of the Legislative Council are elected by the members of the Legislative Assembly, and some of them are elected by the local bodies. That is your Zilla Panchayat, Village Panchayat, Municipality. So some of the members of the Legislative Council are elected by the local bodies, and 1/12 of the members are being elected from the high school teachers constituency. Okay, and some of them are by the graduates. That means those who have undergone, that means completed their graduation, even they are eligible to contest for this legislative council. Okay, and some members are nominated by the governor. Okay, and the governor elect those people who are expert in the field of art, literature, education, social service, science, etc. So Legislative Council consists of 75 members. That means our state Legislative Council consists of 75 members, and these members are elected from the 5 areas. That is, half of the members are elected by the Legislative Assembly, and some are elected by the local bodies, and 1/12 of the members are by the high school teachers, and some by the graduates, and some members are elected by the governor, who are expert in the various field like art, literature, education, and social service. Okay, and the term of the office, that means the members of the Legislative Council, they will be in power for 6 years. But they say that every 2 years 1/3 of the member retire, and again fresh candidate will be elected. So since all of these members do not retire together, it is called as a permanent house. Qualification: what are the qualifications required to become the member of the Legislative Council? Okay, same. Firstly, he should be the citizen of India, should have completed 30 years of age, and should possess the qualification as required for as a MLA. That means in the MLA you have learned that you should be unsound, you should not be unsound mind, you should not be insolvent. So like this, the person who is supposed to become the Legislative Council member, he should be a citizen of India, he should have completed 30 years of age, and should possess all the qualification as required for an MLA. Okay, and these members of the Legislative Council, they elect one among themselves as a speaker and the deputy speaker. Okay, and these speakers, have you all learned that they conduct the proceeding of the house under the chairmanship, and these speakers, they have to ensure the dignity and decorum of the house. Okay, now let us see what are the powers and the functions of the members of the Legislative Council. First power, legislative power. That means, as I told, all the bills may be presented in both the houses except the money bill. Money bill must be presented only in the Legislative Assembly. Okay, any bill can be presented in the house, but only the money finance bill must be presented in the Legislative Assembly. So this bill must be discussed in both the houses, and after the discussion, as I told earlier, Legislative Council can withheld a bill for 3 months. Okay, if the bill passed in the Legislative Assembly, after it is got the approval, it will be forwarded to Legislative Council, and Legislative Council can withhold the bill for 3 months. Okay, however, when the same bill is sent by the Legislative Assembly once again for the consent of the Legislative Council, this time it should not keep within 1 month. It has to send its approval within 1 month. Okay, if he fails, if he doesn't do so, then what it will be understood that the house has approved the bill, and it will be sent to the governor for his assent. So this is the legislative power. That means bill that has been after the discussion sent to the council, it has to be discussed, and it has the power to keep the bill for 3 months. However, when the same bill is sent to the Legislative Assembly for the second time, the council should approve it within 1 month. If he fails to do so, then it is understood that the council has approved the bill, and it will be sent to the governor for his consent. That is the legislative power. The next is financial power. As I told earlier, the financial Legislative Assembly has more power with the financial bill than the Legislative Council. Okay, but whenever it cannot withhold the finance bill, the Legislative Council cannot withhold the finance bill for 14 days. If it does so, then the bill after 14 days, it is understood that it is both the houses have approved the bill, and it is sent to the governor for his approval. About the administrative power. Okay, the legislative council does not have much control over the administration. That means it can just get the information by posing the question to the concerned minister. Okay, it doesn't have much power on the administration. Okay, and it just can clarify if you have any doubt regarding any matter, you can just pose the question and get the information from them. Okay, and if the questions are not answered properly, it can only insist them for the resignation. That's all. It can only insist the minister to resign from the power. Okay, that is the administrative power of the legislative council. The next is discretionary power. Okay, wherein it says that the legislative council carries on debate on the government programs and policies, and it also discusses on the various act and decisions. Since it is the House of Elders, the Legislative Council is also known as the House of Elders. Since this is the House of Elders, the debates are considered to be very serious manner. So